map will be Cloud Kingdom. The countdown has expired. We are on the loading screen, and if we take a look at the standings of these two guys, we can see that Naniwa right now is actually 0-2. Oh my goodness.
Who did he lose his second series to?
He has lost to Thorze.
Yes.
And he has lost to Hero.
Oh, he lost the PvP against Hero?
So, not just lost the PvP, lost 2-0.
Wow.
Or 0-2 to Hero. Hero's 3-0, 6-0 right now. Hasn't dropped a map yet.
Wow, Hero. I mean, Mana and Hero are so far the dominating stories of today. Even though Teja did absolutely fantastic in Group 1 as well. Must say big shout out to Teja as he went 4-0-2. Man, what a day for Liquid so far.
This is a must-win match for Naniwa, right. Kevin. He's 0-2. It's still very possible to go 3-2 and make it into the next round, but a loss here would be definitively the end of his tournament.
Oh, having a little bit of lag once more, but fortunately nothing happens. Of course, Nani is our blue Protoss spawning in the right top side of this map. Millennium's ForGG is our Korean Terran spawning in the left bottom side. ForGG was 1-1, Ben, did you say?
Yes.
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 Who did ForGG lose to? I mean, he lost.
I
he
would
won his
tab
first
out
series
again and check, but the reason we lagged is because I was tabbing back in.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do that to these players.
I mean, the first series that he won was against Naniwa. No. No, of course he's playing right now.
Naniwa right now.
Who was?
We casted the games. It was ForGG.
He lost against Hero. That's the series that we casted.
We casted.
I don't know.
Then I have no idea who else he played if we didn't cast it.
Maybe, no, it could have been Torzen or Red as they just played.
He beat Red, that's right. He beat Red 2-0.
Oh yeah, that was the first series of the day. That's correct, that's the series we didn't cast. So ForGG beat Red, lost against Hero. Beat the foreigner, lost against the Korean. Naniwa so far lost against a European and a Korean. He's going to have his revenge right now, perhaps on a Korean. I mean, Naniwa played a very unfortunate TVP series against Torzen. I did not see game 1 as we were casting. I did see game number 2. And Naniwa was in great position. That was actually on Cloud Kingdom as well, but Naniwa was in excellent shape. Everything was going quite well for him. On a certain moment, just took bad fights against an extremely high ghost count and made a lot of Archons as well. Those Archons, they kept getting EMP'd, and then Naniwa lost an almost impossible game to lose.
Yeah, it's really, really sad for Naniwa, I mean, this is an important tournament for him, man. He's been maybe off the radars a little bit.
I mean, he had a reasonable MLG performance very recently. I think a lot of people were quite happy to see Nani play.
He was the highest placing foreigner at the MLG. What was it? The Fall Championship. Yeah. The most recent MLG. Yeah. He's also going to be playing in the NASL playoffs. He beat Oz yesterday in the wild cards and managed to qualify for the round of 16. So it's a possibility that we'll be seeing Naniwa at our offline final in Long Beach, California.
Would be awesome. He's going to have to play against Bolt, so that's more TVP for him. Anyways, man, focusing on this game, we see ForGG going for the no-gas fast expand build. He's trying to hide it a little bit as he went for the full wall of really quick. Naniwa really not doing anything about that, though. He's going to try to scout with his Zealot. Of course, there's not all that much to see. He's chrono boosting his cybernetics equip, and he's mining off both his simulators, but only with 2 probes. So he's still just going for the standard expand. Just off 2 gas. This is a build that's been popular for a little while. A lot of the Korean Protoss players love to do this.
That's right. And, well, it's just, I'm eager to see exactly how this game takes shape. ForGG looks like he wants to play that same biocentric style that we saw previously. His expansion finishing up his 2nd and 3rd racks, also finishing up. Nani is already about halfway through his first Nexus, so all the pieces are there for a macro game. I mean, trademark ForGG, Ben, is just like making a lot of Marines early on and sort of trying to be aggressive with them with either just stim only or just not even a single real upgrade. These Marines are going to try to scare away this Zealot right now. I mean, that kind of playstyle has been around for a long time, man. Yeah, people were making that, 14, 16 Marine attack back, a year and a half ago.
The biggest problem is that ForGG kind of keeps doing it. We saw Hero having an excellent response with that quicker losses in the 2nd game. And even on the ESWC, I feel that on a certain moment, ForGG was just getting too predictable. Yeah. And people were starting to really figure his style out. And he is, of course, able to switch it up. He's one of the best Terran players around, so it's not like he has to play like that to make something work.
He's also adding concussive shells this time. Maybe he's been getting it every time, but
this is a little bit different.
I think that is at least a slight variation. Robo already down for Naniwa. I would wager that Naniwa is familiar with ForGG's playstyle and is probably going to be...
I mean, ForGG still doesn't know about this natural expand. Of course, he knows that it could potentially be there. He knows it could be like just a double gas with 2 probes on each simulator expand, but he didn't know. So maybe he's getting concussed shells first because he was afraid to deal with Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalker all in reasonably popular build on Cloud Kingdom.
That's a very real possibility. He does pick off Naniwa's scouting probe. Naniwa has a stalker, making his way around to the I guess the left side Zelnaga tower. Has no idea where the army of ForGG is, and Naniwa is actually, he stands to be in some trouble here. He doesn't have any units out, and if this army of ForGG gets into position, Naniwa's going to see it just now with this Zelnaga tower.
He's going to have force fields, man. The biggest problem for I mean, Naniwa is going to have to drop good force fields. He can't let too many units squeeze through. Well, 2 units is absolutely perfectly fine. He's going to take those out. He still has more force fields, so this is good. Naniwa so far, man, is playing almost a mirror image of a range build in PvT, as he dropped the robotics bay and that first forge pretty much in the exact same moment, which is not a surprise. Naniwa has stated in interviews that he's a big fan of Rain, and I've watched quite a bit of Rain's PvT, and so far, man, I could say that this is a mirror image.
Looks really good. Naniwa just sort of rounding out his tech here with the Robo, getting his first armor upgrade as well. Robotics bay is already done, so if he wants to produce Colossi, he can, and it's exactly what he's going to do.
He's going to need a Colossus as soon as his first real bio push arrives. For 2 medevacs are in production already. These are quick medevacs, man. Naniwa is going to see this right now with his Observer, which is of course also important. It would be awesome for Nani to see when those medevacs pop. It's actually help you a lot, because then you know if it's the first wave or the second wave of medevacs. But I guess by the timing, he must figure out that this can only be the first wave of medevacs. This is going to be a tricky moment, but with 1 Colossus. In the straight-up fight, I still think Naniwa is going to be more than fine with force fields and a Colossus. But if he gets dropped, it's going to be a little bit tricky.
16 Marines with combat shields and stem making their way around, probably to the back of Naniwa's main base.
This 1 Observer, man, I would love to see this. I mean, it's in a good position, but I would love to see it fly, so you just see a little bit more.
Oh, this is actually a really scary moment for Naniwa.
Oh, no. Man, that's so close, and he's not going to see those 2 medevacs.
Oh, that's brutal. He is going to warp in a couple stalkers in his main base. Star Sense is tingling, but here's the big drop, and this is a lot of Marines. As soon as ForGG sees that Colossus, I think he's probably going to move up into the natural.
He's not doing that, though. Super surprised that he did not try to go for the 2-prong attack.
Maybe a small mistake. Maybe he wanted to make sure that these rocks were down so he didn't have to worry about the threat of huge force fields.
I mean, army supply right now, ForGG is 19 army supply up. That is massive. Oh, that's so much.
He does eventually stem and run up into the natural, and he does so well before those rocks ever go down. Tries to land his factory for a little while.
He's going to lose 1 medevac immediately. Naniwa's going to try to deal with this with a warp in, and not sure if he has enough DPS.
I think this is enough. Might lose 1 more stalker, but I think ultimately he's going to be fine. The fight in the natural also goes Naniwa's way. So this has been a fantastic defense from Naniwa. No real losses taken.
1 Colossus is really going to try to make sure he's going to be safe right now. Good, reasonable force field. This was indeed fantastic, but I think ForGG, man, I don't know if you saw it, but 4 or 5 Marines were not actually shooting while they were stimmed. I think he could have done more with a drop. But right now, Naniwa comes out of this very, very fine.
I think ForGG's biggest mistake was just not sending that second attack with the initial drop.
Yeah,
I think that was his largest window of opportunity, and he kind of missed it.
Naniwa is up 9 workers, which is a more than reasonable amount. ForGG still doesn't have a 3rd command center, man. I think as long as he doesn't want to do that, I don't think Naniwa should try to go up to 3 bases. This is something we've seen Protoss play do oh so often. If they go up to 3 bases, then add that second forge. It's just all a little bit too much against the Terran player that stays in 2 bases and goes for that big 2 base all in. I'm glad to see that Naniwa is not going to go up to 3 bases yet.
But he's sending a probe out to that 3rd. He's getting Blink. He's getting his Twilight Council. He's continuing to upgrade.
As long as he's in a defensive position, I think it's fine. He still has quite a few sentries.
I think Nani's in great shape right now.
I mean, he's still down 20 army supply. 32 now even, man.
We'll
That's
see
a lot.
if he can live through this next attack. There's a lot of Marauders in this mix. If they get in range of the Colossi, Nani could be in some trouble. But if he lands the good force fields, does he have enough anti-air, I wonder?
He has quite a few stalkers in the main base. He has more, he's just worried about drops. He's really going to need force fields, though. Naniwa, are you paying attention?
Backs up a little bit. Hasn't done any force fielding yet.
Oh, Colossus takes so much damage.
Some damage unnecessarily. Finally, the Colossi are going to start to shoot. And this is a pretty scary little attack from ForGG. 1 Colossus is going to fall. ForGG continues to dance in and out. Maybe not the best Blink in the world, but it's going to get the job done.
Yeah, I kind of like that Blink, actually, because he defends the Colossus against those Vikings. Going for a forward blink right now, shoots down one medevac. I think that was really great play actually by Naniwa. As he kept blink stalkers in the main base, he's going to shoot down this drop as well. This is some sick play.
Naniwa everywhere at once, everywhere that he needs to be, continues to shut down ForGG's aggression. ForGG 120 supply against about 130 supply of Naniwa is going to come forward once more. Oh, that was a big blink. And that one maybe not as good as the last. He's going to lose at least a couple of stalkers. No energy.
Don't really have energy, but good blink once more. Naniwa right now up now in supply, but he still has a few more works. Look how low on HP this army is.
Every Colossus swipe is going to kill 2 or 3 bio units, and I think ForGG has no choice but to back off here.
I think that was some great defensive play by Naniwa. I would not say he's out of the woods yet. He's going to have to survive one more time, but Storm is on the way now as well. And this army is so low on HP. Colossus are just going to have a field day.
This is a 2-base all-in from ForGG, man. He's got no third base, no command center going down anywhere, so he's got to make it happen here. It's do or die. 130 supply for ForGG, 140 supply for Naniwa, and ForGG continues to just dance in and out. And actually, he drops the command center now.
Naniwa having 1-1 upgrades, ForGG having 0-0 upgrades, man. Him falling back right now in the command center is... I don't know, you can say it's a questionable move. On the other hand, he's not going to break Naniwa anymore.
That's right.
Naniwa, exactly on the right moment, finally goes up to 3 bases. I really love how Naniwa has played this game.
Yeah, it was beautifully done. ForGG also, Kevin, has no upgrades. He's at 0-0. Yeah. Naniwa is about to have 2 armor. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is brutal. And I think Naniwa has a timing window that is about the size of
Manhattan.
Yes, or at least as large as the
Upper West Side
English Channel.
Is the English Channel really that large, man?
I mean, when you think of it in terms of like the amount of time it takes to swim across it.
I don't know. More zealots being wiped in for Nani. Wow, Naniwa has 30 zealots right now. I guess charge must have finished up. Wow, he actually doesn't have charge, man.
That's got to be a small mistake.
Yeah. I mean, when you have 30 zealots?
Yeah, he probably just hasn't realized it. Maybe he clicked on it and didn't have the gas as a possibility, or the minerals even. Certainly he'll realize it as soon as he fights. Hopefully he realizes it sooner.
ForGG is going to move out once more. These medevacs have no energy as they have to heal up and completely hurt Bio Army. More Vikings in production right now. But Nani is in great shape, man. Naniwa has Storm, man, and he doesn't have to worry about Ghost. And that is the moment where you love life as Protoss player.
Best case scenario for Naniwa in this first map of this best of 3 series. ForGG coming forward. Vikings going to lead the way. Zealots are all waiting to fight. Single Colossus is going to go down very, very quickly. But honestly, this Protoss army is a beast. Where's that charge upgrade, Naniwa?
Yeah, I hope that he's going to realize it real soon, that he still doesn't have charge. He easily has the resources for it.
Still no charge. Of course, right now, Naniwa's trying to control his army. He loses a... doesn't lose another Colossus, but he's taking a lot of damage on 2 of them.
I must say, Naniwa's Stalker control and like keeping Colossus alive has always impressed me. I love the way that he uses Blink in positional ways. I would love to see his High Templar in a better position so he can actually land a Storm or not, but so far he's still doing a more than respectable job.
Colossi are starting to fall, man. 2 Colossi down.
It doesn't really matter. Not a big stim. If 1 Storm lands...
Oh, there's the Storm. Wait until you had the force fields down. Very nicely done. Second big Storm landing for Naniwa, and all of a sudden, ForGG dips almost 60 supply. Naniwa up at 150. ForGG down at only 100.
That Viking was a little bit lost. Confused Viking. Not a nice blink over here by Naniwa. Yes, he's going to take some damage, but these Marauders are so low in HP. 1 Storm ban!
Oh, man, the unfortunate High Templar. He was a little bit of social anxiety there.
Naniwa just refuses to get charged this game.
ForGG just refuses to stop using Stim.
That kind of evens things out.
These poor Marines and Marauders are going to need to go to rehab.
But they said no.
But they stim mo.
Ooh, not bad. This one little Zealot man has been actually doing a pretty good job of preventing ForGG from mining his base. ForGG started that fight, by the way, just before 1-1 was ready. So basically it was still 0-0 against, yeah, I guess 1-2. Yep. I'm not sure if that second attack upgrade was ready.
Now they're 2-2 against the 1-1, and again, Naniwa still has that big window.
Naniwa started charge.
Yeah, it's about halfway done. Finally. Extra gateway is finishing up for Naniwa as well. His macro is really about to just take off. He's going to max out pretty soon. Drops another Nexus. and begins to push out across the map. So we're going to see an aggressive Naniwa. I don't know what ForGG is doing in the bottom half of the map. Where is his army? It's in the middle of nowhere.
Took out a pylon, I believe. Naniwa's moving forward, man. Of course, there are no signs of a Ghost Academy or anything like that, as ForGG has been incredibly poor as he stayed on 2 bases for such a long time. You can't even really count this natural as a real base anymore. Naniwa probably just waiting until charge is done, man, and then he can just move forward. He's up 50 supply, army supply around 30 to 40. And he still has storms while there is not a single ghost on the map for Millennium's ForGG.
Yeah. Naniwa's in such a brilliant spot here. He's completely maxed out. He's going to knock down these rocks.
George, such a beautiful sight, man.
What can ForGG do here? I don't know, man. I feel like he's in a really tough spot. No ghost. Not even really enough Vikings. There's not a good answer. He's going to land a factory here, hoping to choke up the army of Naniwa. But Naniwa's like, oh, that's okay. I got thermal lance. Ain't no thing. And
it's a nice storm.
Yeah, it's a good storm.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is GTFO Vikings. Big stem for ForGG once again, but nice storming there for Naniwa. Archons are clumped up in the back. That's not going to go well at all. He's going to have to get out of there. And Naniwa actually taking a really bad fight.
Yeah, that was actually a terrible fight for Naniwa. I think he can still afford it, though, as he's in a fantastic position. This is going to go much better.
Yeah, fighting out of the open. Archons can fight. Colossi can fight. Storms can be cast. And Naniwa is going to do much, much better in on the second engagement. More storms going down, and ForGG knows exactly what's up. GG gets called. Naniwa taking game number 1. It was... that
was a really good game by Nani.
I thought it was kind of one-sided. Naniwa just won and won and won.
Yeah, but it was close, though. I mean, as a Protoss player, when you have to defend and you're down 20 to 30 army supply, it was one mistake, man, and
it
you're
was
gone.
Situationally close. Executionally, Naniwa crushed. He was perfect.
That's true. ForGG, I still think making a small mistake, 2 small mistakes, as you point out as well. I think with the first drop, maybe he should have run into the natural. And that second drop, he had a couple of idle Marines. Well, I feel if he would have handled that drop a little bit better, it would have been harder for Naniwa, and he would have split up his Colossus. Yeah. And that makes his army so much weaker. But some couple of really, really great blinks. Naniwa showing us some great positional stock.
Naniwa played great. Winning a very important map. He's up 1-0 against ForGG. Guys, we're going to take a short break. We will be back with game 2 after this. Welcome back, guys, to DreamHack Winter 2012. I just have to remove a, oh dear.
Auto lobby and Ferdinand. Auto lobby. That one.
There we go. Okay.
I'm not sure why you have the German StarCraft in a Swedish PC, man. Unless like Swedish is surprisingly similar to German, which it is to some degree.
It sometimes sounds kind of similar. I think it kind of depends on who's speaking it.
I think Swedish just sounds a lot nicer than German. Like, I feel that German sounds a little bit aggressive. Swedish people, they sound like they're singing all day long.
I like the Swedish accent.
Me too.
I think it's very charming.
Swedish people speaking English is probably my favorite in the whole wide world.
It's up there.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
It really is. The second map between Naniwa and ForGG is going to be played on Ohana. Of course, we love Ohana, and we know you guys at home love Ohana as well. And I'm curious to see about what kind of playstyle we're going to see out of these two guys. And I must say, it doesn't look like TVP is ForGG's best matchup.
No, he's struggling a bit. Hero really smashed him that last game against Naniwa. ForGG played well, but Naniwa was just
Nani had a good
lot
read on the
better.
game, man, because I really feel that if Nani would have made that mistake of going up to 3 bases too early on, then that is an almost impossible push to stop.
Yeah, agree. I completely agree. And I do wonder how much of it is Naniwa knowing ForGG's playstyle and how much of it is just, I don't know, good intuition, good game sense, maybe good luck in terms of the build order he chose.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of the first two, man. Just excellent play, and I think Naniwa is going to play almost exactly identical, man. I think we're going to see once more going for 1 gate expand, adding 2 more gates, adding the Robo, dropping that Robo Bay, and then dropping the Forts, getting 1-2 Colossus out, and just going to take it from that point on. As we mentioned, I did not see his openings against Torzane, but often when people open up like that, man, they kind of roll with it. I saw Rain roll with it for a long time, thinking Boba simulated the first time, and it's just a safe Protoss opening.
Of course, I completely agree, but I will throw in the asterisk of Naniwa is a fantastic tournament player because he's not afraid to mix it up. So while I would be a little bit surprised to see him deviate, I wouldn't be that surprised if he threw in maybe the all-in. Of course, this is a hugely important match for Naniwa. If he loses it, his tournament is essentially over. So with that in mind, we might see him just stick to the most tried and true standard safe Protoss styles possible.
That is correct.
We will see. ForGG still gasless. Looks like he wants to go 1 racks fast expand.
Time next score being wiped in over here for Nani. As he did not take a second to simulator. He's going to take it right now, so I think that's a little bit different because I thought he took it quicker, but it could still just be a 1 gate expand. Obviously it does not really mean anything. ForGG is going to send an SCV out right now to the other side of the map. This is also Naniwa's first scout, so Naniwa not wasting any minerals early on, sending that probe out immediately.
And also checking the proxy spots. Doesn't want to die to a proxy Marauder or an 11-11.
ForGG teammates with Dragon after all. Dragon loves that kind of stuff. Oh, man, we see violence.
I was wondering if we might see Naniwa 4-gate.
And also this time he's mining with 3 probes. Might just be some Blink Stalker play. Might be Dark Templars.
That's both are possibilities.
This is a really good scout though, or it might actually be Proxy Stargate, or Proxy Robo 4-gate. What is it going to be, Ben?
Your guess is as good as mine. Upon being scouted, though, Naniwa might just expand. We will see.
If he's expanding right now, it's going to be so late. He's going to wipe in a robotics facility over here, but what is he going to do with this pylon then? Maybe wipe in 3 additional gates?
I am waiting like you are to find out what's up.
Maybe super quick Colossus drop.
I would love to see that.
It's going to be kind of hard to pull that one off, Ben. ForGG probably a little bit confused right now and also a little bit worried. He scouted both simulators and he saw the amount of gas that has been mined. Of course, if you click on the assimilator, you can see that. And that must make him realize that this is just not something. What is this going to be, Ben?
More pylons are down for Nano. It's gonna be something. We're just not sure what that something is yet. Probe's gonna walk up this ramp and get blasted. Sad day for him.
Well, I tickled, man. Shoot. Observer opening for Nani?
I'm running out of ideas here. Maybe it's gonna be like some immortal bust.
Yeah, but why does he open up with the observer? Here's the first immortal indeed in production. I remember the days when this was sort of standard, when Whitera used to do this a lot. Where's this probe going? This probe is actually heading out to expand
He's
right
got
now.
money.
So maybe Naniwa is going to expand, yet be aggressive with immortals early on. This is a crazy build by Naniwa.
A 6-minute natural expansion.
ForGG running out with quite a few Marines. He's actually going to find one of the pylons over here from Naniwa, so that's going to be very nice for him. A little bit unfortunate for a Swedish Protoss.
I think needless to say, Naniwa's opening, at least at this point, appears very, dare I say, inefficient.
It's going to put him behind, but he's obviously going to try to make something happen with these Immortals, man. Immortals are absolutely fantastic against Marauders. ForGG is producing a few of them, but he's also producing quite a few Marines. ForGG right now throwing up a missile turret, obviously as confused as we are.
Good catch of this observer.
Really good pickoff.
Did Naniwa see that building turret? Nope, not quite.
Salvage the bunker. That might actually be exactly what Naniwa wants. ForGG is moving out right now, Ben. I'm not sure.
This is dangerous for ForGG.
Yeah, he doesn't have stim either. This is actually absolutely perfect for Naniwa. If there was one thing that was going to work his way. Oh!
Force Field's not quite perfect. Does catch a couple of units, but this is going to give ForGG time to quickly turn around.
These units are not home yet, though. I think ForGG is going to have to throw up at least a bunker again.
I don't know. Does a bunker even have time to finish? It'll depend on how much Naniwa wants to commit to this. Nexus does complete for Naniwa, so this isn't some sort of crazy Nexus cancel, but he's got a lot of units here.
And more importantly, Ben, he has a lot of force field. He doesn't have high ground vision. That's the only thing that's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, the observer was killed. That is
he doesn't know that this bunker is not there anymore. And he acts also, like if he only had a few zealots, and losing this pine is actually quite painful, because it would have been awesome to reinforce with a couple of zealots right now. ForGG is moving out once more, Ben. He does not know about his destructible rocks being destroyed.
Uh-oh. Naniwa sees this army out on the map, and he's just going to come around with the rest of his units. He's going to walk straight up into the natural. ForGG is all of a sudden in a big...
Oh, that's SCB's good force field by Naniwa.
Catches everything. Now, ForGG is going to try to evacuate up to the top of his ramp. He's got bunkers going up and a lot of Marines on the high ground.
ForGG going for the counterattack, man. There's not a single unit in the natural either of Nani.
ForGG might come out of this in pretty good shape.
Yep, this counter might deal a serious amount of damage. Naniwa perhaps expecting something. I mean, this army doesn't have stim yet. That's the best thing for Nani right now.
It's true. And actually, ForGG coming down his ramp in the natural. Naniwa, for whatever reason, decides he wants to turn around and go back for more. It could be a brilliant play.
I think he just wants to land a good force field. Immortal's out right now. The Immortals, of course, immediately going to clean up these Marauders.
This is really painful, losing this many probes.
Yeah, he killed a lot of SCVs as well, though. And he still has the mini contain on ForGG. At the end of the day, I still think Naniwa's in good shape.
He does have 2 bases. He's not necessarily...
Oh, force field! Oh,
nice force. He's going to get one more. Yes, he can.
But he doesn't really have vision right now.
ForGG still manages to kill the Observer in the midst of that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, more force field. Man, those poor Marines.
And all of a sudden, there's just no units at the top of ForGG's ramp. Naniwa is up to 61 supply against 54. Marines are popping out at a frantic pace. Oh, and an Immortal falls. That's actually a huge deal.
Sentry falls as well. Perhaps this is the moment when Naniwa's going to have to... Well, he does have a reinforcement pylon. Ah, has one more force field landed. Wow. Perfect force field as well.
Great force field.
Oh, Nani!
That's not going to work. Save your Immortals, save your Stalkers, get out of there, Naniwa. He's done a lot of good damage.
This is probably the scariest moment in the game right now for Naniwa, as the first 2 medevacs are out and there are quite a few bio units on the map. And more importantly, Stim is about to finish up. As soon as Stim is ready, that is a scary moment for Naniwa. If Naniwa survives the next 2 minutes in this game while not taking substantial damage, I think he's in fantastic position.
He's definitely, I think that the ball's in his court. It's his game to lose. ForGG is going to go ahead and clean up these extra pylons out on the map. He's going to let Naniwa know, okay, I am stabilized. I'm back in this game.
Nani's going to move out once more, perhaps knowing that not all of the units are here. This could be a sick pickoff.
Oh, bold moves from Naniwa. He's going to go right after ForGG. ForGG has the medevac there where he can
pick up those units.
Yep, hot pickup indeed. 1 Marauder down, 2 Marauders down. The rest will live to fight another day, but Naniwa's just going to kill, or not.
ForGG lifting up the natural already, afraid of that army coming through. Naniwa does not have a single unit in his main base though, and he's completely unaware of this medevac. Well, he is retreating right now. Yep. He's gonna wipe in sentries.
Somehow he knows.
I don't think he knew. I mean, he's misrallying those running. He still does not know. Colossus is in production though. Yes, he's gonna take damage here, but how much?
I think it's gonna be quite a lot. Probes dying very fast. Naniwa is so slow to react. Finally. Pulls the probes, but not before he lost a ton of them. He's lost 22 total probes this game. Luckily for Naniwa, the army was not that far away. It started coming back pretty quickly.
Stock's taking a little bit of damage right now, but the medevac will fall. Well, actually, medevac survives, but all the Marines will fall. Man, what a hero medevac.
Look at these 4 Marines trying to run a marathon.
Come on, pilot. Pilot is like, Man, this medic just abandoned. As he's like giving a little wink. Yeah, I did that. Left 4 of my men behind. Can live with it.
40 Harvesters to 30. I think Naniwa's in good shape, Kev. He's going to continue to upgrade. Well, when I say continue to upgrade, I mean...
Start the upgrade.
I mean start to... Exactly.
Well, he's still on double force. More importantly, Ben, he has the first semi-answer to this stint buyer, and that is this 1 Colossus. Naniwa's still ahead worker-wise. 14 workers ahead even, and that's a serious amount. He's gonna see this right now, and he's gonna see this with very unsaturated natural from ForGG. That's pretty much all that Naniwa sees as well. He's a little bit blind in the middle of the map.
Now he's up about 4 supply right now. Doesn't seem like that. Uh-oh. This is maybe trouble.
ForGG sees this drop. He's going to try to make something happen in natural. Naniwa's going to have to pay attention. Actually, he's going to drop over here. Wow, this could be a sick timing for ForGG.
Oh my gosh, he's going to be attacking the natural, presumably at the same time. He needs to go, though. He's making the same mistake that he made in the last game. Now that army's moving. Second Colossus is out, though. How much damage could ForGG do before Naniwa cleans it all up? It looks like Naniwa is now going to turn around and head back. The Colossus is so exposed, but good micro by Naniwa. He's gonna hold in his main base.
But he's focusing the Nexus, man. He didn't kill any workers. And there were more medevacs than bio units.
ForGG, Naniwa dips down below ForGG's supply.
And that was the same before the fight up, but right now these medevacs are low on HP. Naniwa has Colossus still in position. He should see this drop. Yes, he does. Oh, Colossus is gonna have a nice shot up.
Zip, zap,
Ooh.
zoom. ForGG picks up in.
I mean, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Naniwa, but reinforcements making their way across the map.
Also, Viking production's begun. We got about 5 Vikings out on the map now.
So many medevacs this game. I mean, ForGG is definitely not making the same mistake twice. He's like, I am not going to overstay my units, and even if I do, I have 8 medevacs full of energy.
He has upgraded his company insurance policy. And these Marines are enjoying the benefits.
I want to say something funny, but not going to go there. Not today.
104 supply against 116 supply. ForGG looks like he wants to push
has
up
to be
into
careful
this
getting up this ramp. Force field's not going down, though.
A couple of force fields, but don't really do anything. They mean that,
oh,
well, actually they're going to do a lot.
Man.
ForGG can't run away. You can't leave, says Naniwa. And ForGG's going to take massive losses. Colossi.
One Colossus survives, and that's good enough for now.
Colossi just shred everything. No additional drops coming into the main base. ForGG tried the frontal assault, and it did not work out. I really thought those force fields were bad because I thought Naniwa would trap too many units, but they turned out to be just brilliant.
Oh, Colossus taking damage, man. Only 1 Viking remaining, but the Vikings do shoot down this Colossus. But there's just barely any bio units.
That's right, 86 supply against 90, but most of ForGG's army supply is medevacs right now.
I mean, how many units do we have on the map? We have 6 Marauders and 6 Marines and 7 medevacs.
Yeah, one medevac per Marine Marauder combo. It's like the buddy
That
system.
is the best health insurance I've ever seen.
It's like a private jet for each Marine and Marauder.
Singing ForGG's song, you know, the glamorous. G-L. Everybody has their own medevac. You still don't know that song, huh?
I mean...
Oh, ForGG misrallying half of his army, basically.
2 Marines.
He's gonna go for it once more. Force fields land. Naniwa buying himself a crucial time. Naniwa didn't even use his entire army, by the way, in that defense plan. He left a couple of units behind in case he would get dropped once more. He is not rebuilding Colossus, but more importantly, Ben Charge is about to finish up. Well, he needs 20 more seconds. But he has 18 Zealots.
Having no Colossi worries me with this many medevacs out.
If those Zealots get a good surround.
But he's going to finish 2-2 and charge at the same time.
And he has Guardian Shield.
And he does have Guardian Shield. He does have those Immortals. And here we go. Naniwa finishes up those upgrades, and now he wants to fight. Great patience
going
from
for
Naniwa.
it.
I love the fact that he waited for those upgrades to finish up. ForGG doing a good job of just kiting backwards and buying himself as much time as possible. But
not taking any damage, man. 1-0 Marauders against 2-2 Zealots. That's almost an unfair fight.
I would have to agree with you there.
Look at Naniwa's money, by the way. Nani really has quite a bit of money.
Uh-oh, Archons are here in the mix, too. This is going to complicate things further for ForGG. Naniwa does not want to overcommit. He's going to just back off. Observer sees no third base still.
Naniwa has so much money. He's just going up to 3 bases right now. He's going to wipe in more and more Zealots. More medevacs being added to the army of ForGG.
Vikings now landing, and I'm starting to think this might
those
be
Immortals.
The last attack of ForGG. Man, Immortal's so good against Vikings.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Marauders taking a lot of damage right now as well. ForGG still up in army supply.
You know, ForGG's doing a good job of just dancing in and out and picking off units where he can. Naniwa is just now starting Storm. I think he's getting frustrated with the little dance that we're seeing here. When they fight, Naniwa wins the fight, but ForGG is just dancing, man.
ForGG doing a really good job kiting this army, of course not making it easy for those Zealots to swarm around, but Naniwa, his upgrades are so good, couple of really good force fields.
Those are some great force fields.
I would love to see some feedbacks maybe. Look at these full HP medevacs, man. Why not?
I think that's exactly what we're going to see. High Templar coming forward. Will Naniwa drop those big feedbacks? I think.
Those 2 Immortals and 2 Archons are just the hero of the day so far.
High Templar being very peaceful.
Oh, Archon's getting
the
6
splash
shots.
damage, massive damage taken by those medevacs. And I think ForGG, the writing might be on the wall here, Kev. He's down 70 supply to almost 90. And GG will get called. Naniwa
playing some sick PvP. PvT. Really, really good play by Nani. Once more, a very similar game as we saw on the first map. Naniwa having to survive with less army, less units, but just not taking that insane amount of damage. Yes, he took quite a bit of damage from that one drop, but he survived. And after that, having units in the right positions. Really good play by our Swedish Protoss.
Loved it. Very, very impressive play from Naniwa. 2-0s for GG. Keeps his DreamHack hopes alive. Great job, Nani. Not sure what our next game is going to be here, guys, on our stream, but we will be bringing more StarCraft. I think we're going to be at it for at least 2 more hours. So stick around.
Easy.
We'll be back.